Affinity Xtra, be extra.
So he's a previous winner of the Reggae Gospel Music Awards and the MOBO Award nominee, the multifaceted artist Watchman, aka Dr. David Williams, is set to release his powerful new single, If This World Were Mine. So from crime to Christ, Watchman brings us a voice soaked in truth and testimony. Now, it's been a number of years since we've spoken, and a pleasure to welcome him to the Gospel Zone. Watchman, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Bless you, sir. Yes, it's been a good while. Thank you very much. Yeah, man, and I salute you, oh my God, so many years.
So many years.
Well, it's a blessing. Thank you, and I'm honored to be on your show today.
Well, what I'm loving is the fact that you're still doing music, you're still involved, I mean, you do a lot of things, but you're still being creative with your gifting as well, right?
Amen. Yeah. I find it's my passion, and it's the tool that God has given me to get the message out. And so, I won't be unfaithful. He gives us the talents, and He expects us to use them.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, you have won a number of awards, and I mean, how does it feel to have been some of the recipients of some of those awards over the years? For your work in reggae gospel music.
I'm very grateful for the acknowledgement for the work that I'm doing more than anything else. I think I'm at the stage now where I'm just doing what I'm called to do. I'm not so much focused on accolades or awards, but I do truly appreciate all those who have recognized and supported my music, and have, given me the award for the work and the ministry. So I feel really blessed.
Yeah. So the single is called "If This World Were Mine." Can you tell us about the inspiration behind the new single?
I mean, if I was to tell you that I wrote this many years ago.
Really? Okay.
I really did. I just had it sitting down, and I felt it was a time now to bring it out. It's been over a decade since I've written that track. It really has, and it's been sitting there, and I just felt now was the time with the social media and what's happening out there with everyone being politically correct but not biblically correct. I just felt that it was the time to bring a message like this, and highlight the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I just feel that we need more of it. We need more of it in our world, and we definitely need more of it in our schools.
Yeah. So what is it that you'd want listeners to take away with this song?
It's got a mixed message on it because it speaks about music in general. It's about guarding your art for outflows, the issues of life. And it's very important to be sensitive to the things that you're listening to. Now, two men's work can go into the fire. One can come out as pure gold and the other can get consumed. So it's important you know what there is for you, what God has called you for. Another man can listen secular music, another man can't. You have to know what is for you, but God will honor it for you. So I think that's one thing I want people to be very sensitive to, the things that they listen to.
Yeah.
Another one of the verses, it talks about our music has the ability to enhance and strengthen the well-being, So let's use it wisely as a tool to start freeing the mind of the youth on the street disagreeing. There's so much we can do with that music. So I want so many different people to get different things from it, depending on where they are in their journey. There's a line in there for the gospel artist, taking Christ out of the lyrics just to get a chart hit, So everybody just to listen to the message and take something away from the message for themselves to know, what, am I on the right track? Am I hitting the mark? Am I missing the target? What am I doing? And it's very important. So I want everyone to take what part of that conviction is for them.
Sure. Now, for those who don't know about the Watchman, maybe just give them a brief insight into your journey into reggae gospel music.
When I say God has been so gracious to me, it all started basically, I would say, in 1991, when I gave my life to the Lord said to me that the devil has had music in captivity far too long. I must take it and use it for his glory. And God has been so good to me, and he's opened up many doors. To be on the same stages of some great anointed men and women of God out there in the gospel fraternity. I don't even want to name anyone, you know, but you know, basically, you know, everyone that's out there, you know, those who've got that gift, I've been privileged to be with them to share my gift and my talents as well, not just recording artists, but many of the great ministers who are still here today that we have, who are leading examples for us as father figures, you know, and my mother figures as well.
So tell me about maybe some of your biggest musical influences growing up, who maybe shaped your musical hearing, as it were.
I mean, I think that for me, it was a lot of the music that my father was listening to. I couldn't really point out perhaps any one thing, but this might even sound funny. I was talking to a group of lads today in the prison, and I was saying to them, a lot of people expect me to like certain music because of the music that I deliver.
Yeah.
But I love my Jim Reeves, man. I'm not going to tell you, that it sounds weird. I love that music,
Come
you
on
know.
now.
I really do. And it's something that I would listen to. I would listen to more like sort of the country, old gospel tunes. And it's those are things that I really like for myself. And I think those are the things which were my foundation, you know. But growing up, my dad was, you know, playing that the reggae music, and I was listening to like the King Yellow Mans them days, you know, and those type of guys, you know. It was like a mixture of different artists as well, you know, Jimmy Cliff and all them guys there, you know. I mean, there's a lot of influences that came across my way. I couldn't probably pinpoint the direct one, but you know, my dad was a man who just loves his music, and I just love to listen and mess about with the sound system, you know.
Love it, love it. Now, I was looking at your bio, and what I took from it is that you've overcome so much in your life. And you now have, I believe, doctorate degrees of, if I got it right, you got doctorate degrees in the arts, community, justice, and ministry. That's extremely impressive. So what's been the drive for you to maybe attain that education or level, as it were?
I would say it's been consistency, because I've been privileged to some great professors. I've been privileged to talk and at some great universities. I've been privileged to train some great men and women out there, you know, through the criminal justice system, at number 1 Buckingham Palace Road over there in Northern Ireland. And I feel honored about the great work that I put in. I've been recognized for the time and the duration over 3 decades now that I've been doing. So it's been a lot of being persistent, being consistent as well. And I'll be honest with you, being prayerful as well. And I'm self-taught, to be honest with you. I am self-taught. Yes, I've learned so much and I've studied a lot as well. But many of the things that has been highlighted is through me, just being me, being a human being, just being. And so it's been a time, and it is still that time for me now, you know, where I'm just constantly just re-educating myself, you know, just ensuring that I'm staying above what's happening as well out there. So I can deliver God's message in a relevant and practical way.
Yeah, I'm loving that. And I read that you're currently the engagement lead youth specialist for the Met Police here in the UK, and you train new recruits.
Well, you know what? Yes, I've been training all the new police recruits that have been coming out in Camden and Islington, and that's been wonderful. You know, just to guide them as they come out, to look beyond the hoodie, you know, allow them to look and to think different, think outside the box. Just because a young person isn't stopping for you when you flash your badge or your lights, doesn't mean they're hiding a gun, they've got drugs, or they've got a knife. Maybe the only thing that they're hiding is their pride. Maybe they had a run-in with somebody who just looked like you, you know? So it's to think, you know, and be culturally appropriate, and, you know, be trauma informed. So many people have gone through so many things. So it's highlighting a lot of those things as well. So there's that understanding to perhaps why somebody is doing what they are doing. It's knowing the why.
Yeah. And do you ever get the opportunity from the other side, maybe to go into school still? Is that something that you still do?
Funny enough, I've done full circle because I'm in the prisons now.
Okay.
Yes, so opportunities are always there. I'm always willing to go out and share. You know, I run a community project right in Brixton currently as well, for young people who are marginalized, you know, those at risk. And so I'm still very much active in my community and ensuring that our young people, you know, are being educated.
That's good. Well done for that. Because you know, sometimes you can effect change at different parts of the
Yes.
community, different aspects of people's lives as well. So we celebrate you for that.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
now, I understand you're going to be sharing at the Rhythm of Hope concert coming up in August.
Yeah.
So what can we expect to hear and to see from you?
Well, I'm really open, you know, and I'm believing that it would be a heartfelt message, you know, that I aim to deliver. I'm not just focusing on those who perhaps are Christians. I'm focusing on those who aren't Christians, those who are church, those who are unchurched. So I want to give a mixture of messages. So again, yeah, everyone can take away something, you know, something old and something new.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a powerful time because it's a more mature Watchman, you know? You know, like I'm maturing. I mean, it's like a fine wine, you know? So come out and dine, you know? It's one of those ones. So it's going to be, you know, I'm going to be just saying, right, Lord, just guide me on this session here right now. So it should be a wonderful time to those who come out to be blessed.
Superb. And in terms of social media, how can people still follow you, find out what's going on with you?
Yes, so you've got the Dr. Watchman Williams. I say that's the best page. For some reason, there's a lot of problem with my fan page at the moment, but that's how it goes. The gremlins try to just, you know, but it's okay. I'm sure we'll get it sorted out. But I think that's the best way at the moment. At least the Dr. Watchman Williams is available.
Brilliant. Well, we really wish you well, one with a new single, but also two, as you go through the year, and maybe we'll be hearing about you at some events or whatever over the year as
Yes.
well. We look forward to seeing you, to hearing you, and to being able to fellowship with you as well. So, Watchman, Dr. Williams, a pleasure to have your company. Thank you so much. And I just want to wish you God's blessing.
Thank you so much, sir.
Affinity Xtra, be extra.